In the beginning, Hashem created the heavens and the earth. These are the words with which Hashem begins His holy Torah. At the very beginning of the Torah, we learn that Hashem created the heavens and earth and all of their creatures, that He is the master and the ruler of the whole world. He created it, He keeps it alive, and controls it. A rabbi was once called to appear before a king. The king would often invite the wise men of his country to the royal palace. He would spend many hours with them in sharing words of wisdom with one another. Many times, the king would ask the wise men questions they could not answer. And this is when he would call for the rabbi. The king admired the rabbi for his wisdom, for he knew that the rabbi was forever learning Torah, through which he became so intelligent and wise. The king was so delighted from the way the rabbi would answer these difficult questions so brilliantly. The rabbi was led to the room where His Majesty the King was anxiously awaiting his arrival. After sharing greetings with one another, the king said to the rabbi, "I know you are a man of great wisdom. You learned the Torah. I have a question to ask you. I have asked this question to many of the wise men of the royal palace, and they could find no answer to it. Perhaps you can help me." "Your Majesty," said the rabbi, "I shall try my best. My question is, where did this great world come from?" "Why, Your Majesty," said the rabbi, "our Torah answers that question right at the very first sentence. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." "Very well, dear rabbi," said the king. "But can you give me some good explanation so that I may understand this more clearly? Why can't we say that this world just happened to be here by itself? For what good reason must we say that it was all created by God?" There was a moment of silence in the room as the rabbi remained in deep thought, preparing the answer to the king's question, when all of a sudden something very strange happened. For there was a large inkwell on the king's desk, and accidentally the king rubbed his elbow against the inkwell. It turned on its side, spilling out the ink all over the desk. "Oh my," said the king, "look what I have done. I'm going to call for one of my servants to clean this up." Saying this, the king stood up and left the room. As the king left the room, the rabbi thought of a wise thing to do. Quickly, he took some paper and carefully wiped off all of the ink from the desk. Then he took another clean sheet of paper and began to draw a picture on it. Being a fine artist, the rabbi made a picture of the beautiful scenery that can be seen through the window of the king's room. The blue sky, the brilliant sun, the lofty mountains covered with tall trees and green grass, a flowing river surrounded by an orchard of colorful flowers. As he finished the fine drawing, he put it on the king's desk, and right next to it he placed the overturned inkwell. As the king returned with the servant, he was surprised to find the masterpiece of fine art on his desk. He called out in surprise, "Oh, Rabbi, who made this fine masterpiece? And where did this come from?" "Why, Your Majesty," answered the rabbi, "don't you remember? This inkwell turned over, and as the ink rolled over the paper, it formed this lovely picture." "Oh, Rabbi," said the king, "how can you say such a thing? Why, that's just impossible. Why, this fine drawing must have been made by a great artist. Why, look at the fine work put into this picture. Are you trying to tell me that all of this happened by itself? Why, nothing can happen by itself." "Yes, Your Majesty, you are so right. Nothing can happen by itself." And upon saying this, the rabbi pointed towards the tall window and said to the king, "Please, Your Majesty, look here. See this beautiful world. The blazing sun from above, the blue sky, and the lofty mountains. Look at the tall trees and beautiful flowers, the flowing river and colorful orchards. Can we think for a moment that this all happened by itself? Surely this is the work of a great artist, a great master. That is Hashem, the creator of heavens and earth. True, it was I who made this picture, only to prove to you that there surely is a great master who created this wonderful world." Upon hearing this, the king raised his hands and said, "Blessed be Hashem, the creator of heavens and earth, and blessed be the children of Israel, who study Hashem's holy Torah and follow its teachings."